entities, looks, and size. That's not accurate. I was speaking in general terms about big back behavior and big back belief, and I actually said nobody has to be that desperate because there is a man out there for you. And I do have one final point, just one. We all have social media. No, we all have social media. Absolutely. And we all use it for different reasons. Yeah. And Reese is getting a lot of props for being so vulnerable. Salute to her. But I personally feel like we have to stop bringing this stuff to social media. Yeah. If you don't want people to have an opinion about it. Absolutely. Oh, okay. Because some of this stuff should just be reserved to others. I disturbed that woman's peace, and that wasn't my therapist. If we can't handle people having an opinion about whatever we are venting about, keep it off social media. That's my personal. That's a good point. When you put it out there in the world's gonna come back many different ways. Absolutely. And she said that she was already insecure about her weight. So then, why would you come to such a big platform thinking that? I think just hilarious is basura. People who was actually going in on her. Absolutely. You didn't call her a big back. No, I was just speaking towards big back behavior. Yeah. We can't handle people. And it's so funny. It's like, where's the apology, Charlamagne? I'm sorry. He apologized, and then he did, and he knows better, because his apology was, if I made you feel a certain way, when you know you made her feel a certain way, because she was down to Tamron Hall telling you, nigga, how she felt about your words. You're a mental health advocate. And then just hilarious, she decided to join in on the jokes, right? She's a xenophobic, misogynistic, homophobic, transphobic. She's washed. Get her out of here. Charlamagne, you're supposedly a mental health advocate sending healing energy. What you could have said was, is she a big girl? Oh, yeah. Typically, when girls are big, they have a low self-esteem. You know why they have a low self-esteem? Because we live in a world that hates fat people. That's how you should have approached it. Because that is the truth. And nobody can deny the truth that we live in a society where people hate fat people. So you assume, because we as a society, when I say we, I'm speaking as a society. As a society, we have an issue with fat people. So, of course, you should have an issue with yourself, shouldn't you? That's the reason why we come up with all these weight loss things and beauty enhancements, because it's guaranteed. We have designed it so no one is secure in themselves, right? And then on top of that, you add the variable of men who by nature suck, take, extract from, right? So on top of that, add to, oh, this boy has been socialized to look for vulnerable people and take advantage of those vulnerable people. Who can I find in this society to take advantage of? Who could possibly have a low self-esteem? Oh, I know, a fat person, a fat woman. A fat woman could more than likely have a low self-esteem, because I acknowledge that we live in a society that hates fat people. Therefore, she must hate herself. And then that gives me an opportunity to ease in and take advantage of her and extract more from her, especially if she's a big girl who got her shit together. That's the truth. That's the truth. You tried to make a joke and it didn't land. That's it. That's what your apology should have said. He said, and it's the typical apology. He apologizes at the beginning, but then he doubles down. But listen, it's a classic non-apology. It's like, it's textbook. Listen to him. I disturbed that woman, therapist, to others. I disturbed that woman's peace, and that wasn't my intention. So I apologize if my words made her feel that way. But if my words made her feel that way. But if my words made her feel that way, if they did, I'm not sure. I don't really give a fuck, but I'm just apologizing. Because I say I'm a mental health advocate and I send healing energy to people. So, okay, girl. Yes. If what I said hurt your feelings, girl, but if you don't want nobody to talk shit about you, if you don't want nobody to harm you, stay closed in your house and keep all of your vulnerability to yourself. Keep what makes you a human being, your vulnerability. Keep what makes you a human being to yourself. Keep it to yourself, girl. If you don't want people like me and Just Hilarious and Envy to talk shit about your raggedy, musty, fat ass. Because that's what it sounds like. It sounds like you were mistreated by a man because you're fat. But then we can all lives matter the situation and say, well, look at Just Hilarious. What was her excuse? What was Halle Berry's excuse? What was Beyonce's excuse? We can just pile it on. You don't get to tell somebody you can't share. Don't come to social media to share how you feel about something because people are going to harm you. Why don't you tell the people who are doing the harming to stop what they're doing so that people can, in their own platform, have a safe, seemingly safe place. Now we know we live in a world where one cannot exist without the other. So there will always be. It's never all, but it's always some. There will always be. But you had a choice as a mental health advocate to lean into a joke because you act like you didn't know that this woman was fat. That's the lie that you're sticking to. You're a liar. And the truth ain't in your ass. You're a liar because you knew that girl was fat. Because then, to add on that, you know why I know you knew that girl was fat? Because when Just described her as being Sheila going up to the mountain, you said that woman was pretty.
With you, man, I hear a lot of big back behavior. Does she have a big back?
She do give Sheila that was driving up the mountain.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sheila was beautiful though.
Yeah, no. You talked about the big back, not the face.
Yeah, you're right.
She's cool.
What's your thing with big backs?
No, I'm just saying because in a situation like this, some of you big backs, y'all got to stop being so thirsty for a man.
Oh, she was pretty. Oh, we're not talking about beauty. We're talking about her being fat.
No. You talked about the big back, not the face.
Yeah, you're right.
She's cool.
So you've seen her because obviously you have made a judgment on whether she was attractive or not.
It was beautiful though.
Yeah, no. You talked
not just based on because you assume that somebody big is unattractive. But let's talk about the people who harm or who prey on women. Now, didn't last week I said something about Cristina Mackey? Didn't I say something? And this week she down to the internet cutting off her live because Rick Ross is playing in the background and he was seen out with another woman. But you on the damn Instagram talking about pick me.
Please keep calling me a pick me. I'm asking you to refer to me as a pick me. I prefer it. All you're doing is manifesting that up with me. I want to get picked over and 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 over again by the same man a million times. I want to marry that man. I want to have that man's children. And I want to live a happy life because he keeps picking me and I keep picking him. I'm a pick me, for sure. I'm not a, whatever the opposite of that would be, a not pick me. Whoever raised their hand and said, hey, don't pick me. Bitch, I am a lover. I am here to be loved. I am here to give love. I'm a pick me. Pick me. Pick me. Pick me. For sure. 100%. You're not hurting my feelings. All you're doing is manifesting it with me. Let's do it together. Pick Cristina Mackey. Pick Cristina Mackey. Because I'm picking him too. So if I'm a pick me, he's a pick me, and we get chose together. Y'all gotta grow the fuck up.
Pick me ignoring the Yelp reviews, telling Pretty V
about people questioning, where's Pretty V? How do that make you feel?
It doesn't make me feel any way at all. I think it's funny. Mm-hmm. It's levels to everything, right? Mm-hmm. And that was never this.
For the people that don't know, what do you mean by that was never this and there's levels to it?
Whatever they had is not what we have. Simple, Mm-hmm. It's no disrespect to anybody, but whatever y'all think they had is not what we for sure have. It's just not.
Because he playing all the girls. His first baby mama, I think it's his first baby mama. She looked like she about 65 years old with a pocketbook full of mandarin oranges, peppermints, and cools. Okay, and a fifth of Hennessy. She looked like she got a fifth. The way she wind her mouth up and twist her mouth all up. Rick Ross's first baby mom. I don't know if she's the first. I don't know how many children. I don't know nothing about Rick Ross and how he manages his penis. But based on the way these niggas are socialized, I'm sure he's mismanaged his penis multiple times. Because it's okay for y'all to mismanage your penis. But a woman mismanages her pussy, she's has a scarlet letter on her fucking chest. But at the end of the day, you was a mental health advocate. You sending healing energy. You wanted to make a joke that fat girls get done wrong. We just gonna speak plainly. But what does that say about your wife when you did her wrong and cheated on her? What does that say about Gia? What does that say about Jess? Every single person up there that is not fat has been done wrong or done someone who isn't fat wrong. So what is the excuse? Well, what you were trying to say and what you implied and what you niggas like to do instead of saying it, because you in company and you on your work hour, on your work time, you wanted to say her fat ass, that's what her fat ass gets. These fat girls always getting duped. What is your wife's excuse? She was fat? Is your wife fat? So what's her excuse for being done wrong by you? What was the reason why you did your wife wrong? She wasn't a big girl. Did she have low self-esteem? Possibly, to hang around for as long as she has with a nigga like you, Gia too. There's a level, a low level of self-esteem for you to remain in a partnership with someone when there's millions of people in the world. You remain in a partnership with the person who you say you love, and they put your life at risk. To me, I feel like if you love me like you say you do, you will make sure I'm protected in all ways. And if you have placed your penis into another human being, I don't give a damn male, female, what. You placed your penis into another human being, you brought your dirty dick over here and tried to put it in me. What does that say about Gia? What does that say about Gia? Gia is a preference. Light skin, she light skin, exotic. Was she from the island, Chinese and Jamaican? She got all the things. She's a preference, light skin, all the things. And yet and still she had a man not please her sexually, and then on top of not pleasing her sexually, cheated on her. What does that say about Gia? What does it say about your co-host, Just Hilarious? You know what it says and what you trying to absolve the blame and who it really belongs to? Because the common denominator in all of these women being done wrong is men. Being in partnership with men, you are going to be treated a certain way. And then there are those who intentionally, subconsciously, you're looking for a wife to extract from. Subconsciously, because you've been programmed and conditioned and engineered to desire these things. For women, they desire them. Men, you looking for somebody to extract from. That's just by design. And then you add on, oh, I love that person. Then you tell this woman, oh, I love you. You romanticize the situation. Anytime romance is put into the situation, there's been a veil of smoke and mirrors over it, sweetheart. So when you need to look, remove all the romanticism. Did her low self-esteem allow her to intentionally ignore red flags knowingly? Did her low self-esteem, not because she's fat, could be, but we have women who operate in the same way, ignoring the red flags of a man because they so desire and crave, which is something they've been engineered to desire and crave, is love from someone, from an external source. And you've been taught that the way to get that love is through another human being, and to bring that human being into your home and then procreate with that human being. That's how you demonstrate love. But then that adult male human being goes out and does what he does best. Try to fertilize everybody he can come in contact with. And you're like, why? Why would you do me like that? What did I do? What did I do? I'm skinny. I'm accomplished. I'm this, I'm that. I'm all of these things. I'm not fat. I'm light-skinned. I'm skinny. What else? I'm heterosexual, sometimes bisexual if you want. Shout out to y'all. You do all these things and still, because at the end of the day, I can really get into it. I can really take it this way. But we focus on Charlamagne and Jess and Envy using their platform. They could have approached it with more responsibility instead of trying to make it a joke. This woman, in her vulnerability, was done wrong. Why was she done wrong? Not because she's fat. Could that have been a variable? But it was because she had a low self-esteem. Could being overweight be a variable in that? Yes. Could society be a variable in her having low self-esteem? Could the desire of wanting someone to love her and to get married to and have a family with, that's also something that she was engineered to desire? That's an engineering. And then I was watching Love and Hip Hop. Carly Red, Love and Hip Hop Miami, going from man to man to man to man to man. She said 5 engagement rings. And like Bambi said, you got the quantity, but these niggas ain't quality. And when do you decide that you're done trying to do what you have been programmed and conditioned to do? When do you decide that, okay, if I step out of this and not prioritizing all of these needs, maybe, and just maybe then will I be able to step out of a situation and to see when somebody is trying to harm me? Because those people will always exist. They're not going to go away. And that's the thing. They're not going to go away. They will always exist. But you, Charlamagne, have a platform. You, Charlamagne, the individual, right? We know what the world is going to do to her, because we know if you ain't white, if you ain't heterosexual, if you ain't Christian, what else? If you ain't thin, what else? And if you're not male, then you don't have no place here. We don't even see you as a human being. And when men participate in that, objectifying women, exploiting women, and then the women who are also engineered and programmed and conditioned, male identified, to sit up amongst men and laugh at a woman being done wrong. We know what the world is going to have for her, but you, as an individual, what did you decide to do with this story? You decided to make a joke about her being fat and attributing her being done wrong to her being fat, and attributing her not listening or paying attention to the red flags for her being fat. Yes, more than likely that is a variable into why she allowed the mistreatment or allowed it to continue for as long as she did. To ignore the red. She is not, and the point is, she is not the only one. A woman looking completely opposite from her has the same exact story, because you know why? You know why? Men. And y'all tell me every day, y'all have your little things you want to say about me and how you think about me. But a million women can't be wrong. They can't be wrong. And you can't call them bitter or say they deserve this kind of treatment. No, you have to say, hey, fellas, stop mistreating women. Or tell the women, hey, have more self-esteem to where you are paying attention to the red flags. You are allowing or keeping a community of people around you who, while you're in the smoke and mirrors of it all, they can actually see what's going on. We're not gonna, and then he said, don't get on social media. You can't tell a person how to express themselves, when they want to be and or release something. You can't tell somebody that. Yes, we know that there will be people who are going to make jokes, make fun, blame, all of that. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do? And that is why T.S. Madison said, hey, y'all, what are we going to do? Because there's this man sitting up here talking about a woman being done wrong because she was fat. Are the fat girls going to come after her? And then what Jess decided to do, because she's transphobic, was say, you don't even belong in this conversation because you're not a real woman. I'm going to speak plainly. I'm going to speak to what they really want to say. Instead of their actions showing you, I'm going to just say what it is, what they're saying with their actions. Why are you in this conversation? You are not a woman. So why are you even in this conversation? You see yourself as this. That's what Jess decided to do. She decided to, while we're over here focusing on the fat phobia, Jess Hilarious decided to pull in transphobia. When a black trans woman tried to say, hey, y'all, he's coming for fat black women or fat women. I consider myself a fat woman. What are we doing here? We're going to drag his ass. We're going to get his ass together. We're going to remind him that his wife isn't fat and he did her wrong. And what was the reason why she was around, has stuck around with your ugly ass as long as she has? Envy too. What's the reason why she stuck around with your ass? You wasn't even pleasing her, had the fucking nerve to stick your dick in another human being and then come and bring it back to her. I wouldn't be surprised if Gia and Envy do not have sex. Ain't no way in the world. I might stay in this situation, but nigga, you ain't sticking that dick in me because I don't even know where it's been. If you stuck it in one, you stuck it in two. And if you stuck it in two, you stuck it in five. As far as I'm concerned. Shit. What is the reason? That's what I asked the other day. What is the reason why all of these women accept mistreatment from men? Fat women, skinny women, light-skinned women, dark-skinned women, accomplished women, high school graduates or whatever, low education, high education, low income, high income, letters behind her name. How in the hell is she still being done wrong? What is that? Does that say? Are you telling me all these fucking women who've been done by these men, something is wrong with them and not the lot of men that the women are picking from? That's not wrong. So you are also telling women too, just know none of these niggas ain't shit. And you're going to have to wait for your unicorn and siphon through these niggas. Because if you have any low self-esteem, there is a piranha waiting to chew your ass up. Him trying to make it seem like, hey, the reason why I joined in on the jokes is because you got your ass down here and decided to share it with everybody. So I'm joining in on the fat jokes. And also the subjectivity of you being attractive. She's giving Sheila energy, climbing up the hill. Oh, but Sheila was pretty. Oh, we're not talking about looks. We're talking about size. So we talking about size? Okay, so here comes another woman who's of a bigger size. She really isn't. She just got titties and ass. She really isn't. You cut off Madison's titties and ass, she's like a leprechaun, like a short, petite type of person. It's all that ass and titties that make it look like she belongs to the BigBack crew. But it really is not giving that at all when you really look at her body. But nevertheless, she identifies herself as a BigBack girl. And so she is speaking, saying, hey, this is not why this woman was done this way. She's done this way because this man is a predator who preys on women who have low self-esteem. Yes, her being overweight can attribute to her having low self-esteem. But what does Cristina Mackey, the complete antithesis of this woman, what is the reason why she's being done wrong? What is the common denominator here? And that's what Charlamagne doesn't want to focus on, because he gaslights and says black men don't cheat. When you've cheated on your wife, just been cheated on by a black man. Black men do cheat. People cheat because on top of that, people cheat because you guys are trying to put people into situations and environments that they are not supposed to be in. So then you get a cheater. Stop. This is where you have gone wrong, is putting two people together outside of the means to procreate and trying to get them to cohabitate. It's unnatural. It is not natural. We belong in community. But then you get these men who cheat. And do all men cheat? You would cheat too, but you have been engineered to desire love and monogamy as a way to prove some type of value to yourself, or something is valuable to you. Then you layer on religion. And what all these men do is use religion to keep you in a certain position, to keep your mind at a certain place, so that when they harm you, you can turn the other cheek. You can endure. You can say, the length of my marriage is more valuable than the quality of my marriage. And I will endure years and years and years of mistreatment, because to the community, the time served is more valuable. How long can you stay in this shit? How long can you endure being mistreated? How long can you endure a lazy nigga? How long can you endure not him helping around the house? How long can you endure all of these things? Natural conflict occurs. But when you have a man who has been socially programmed to seek you to extract from, and you've been socially programmed to look for him to depend on, girl, which is fucking, even when I say it, you see, I start malfunctioning because I don't understand how a fully able-bodied adult human being with a mature brain decides, oh, I want to look to this person who is also, if I'm not connected to him, he could be my greatest threat. But I need to connect myself to him so he can protect me from who? Other men. Because if I'm not connected to him, I can be his victim. I could be his victim. But let me connect myself to him, because that ensures that I'll be protected. Now you ensure you can be protected. Now you're in this situation and this man is harming you and cheating on you. I've never had the experience of being cheated on. So that's something that I just don't understand, how you can go back. But you're also socialized to say men will be men. Men are just doing what men do. So you accept that as a part of his makeup, when that's also a part of your makeup too, but you've been dumbed down. You've been dumbed down. And so you accept mistreatment over and over and year after year, even to the point where even after generations of data and statistics and anecdotal evidence, you are still trying to connect to these people when that's not how it's supposed to be. Your social programming has you desiring these things, thinking that, oh, I'm supposed to find a life partner. I'm supposed to find a life partner. I cannot go through this life without a single romantic partner that I have to spend the rest of my life. You have been programmed to want that, because in real life, people relate to each other in different ways. That's why the idea of, oh, when you're in a marriage or a relationship, you can't love another person. That's dumb, because you are literally trying to put restrictions on yourself in order to perform in this relationship. So I have to act like I can't fall in love with another person or fall in like or whatever, or even want to relate to that person, not even fall in love, even just want to have sex with that person. No, but y'all have been told, hey, and you know why you've been sold love and monogamy? Because that allows the average nigga to have access to you. Any old nigga will do. Any old nigga who smiles, has a good little sense of humor, who can charm you, opens the door. You got all these things that they are willing to do. And I was watching something with my sons the other day. Swipe left, swipe right, a little dating thing. And then they go to a second round, and the young man and the young woman sit together. And the first thing these men ask these girls, what are you looking for? Why do they ask you that? So that I can become what you're looking for. I can become that. That's why Risa Tisa got into the situation she's in. The hero. Oh, I'm looking for somebody to save me. You popped a tire. That was your sign to exit. But no, you ignored that as a sign and said, oh, here comes the hero to save me. And they were inseparable after he changed her tire and bought her a milkshake. And that was it. Every single boy that sat down in front of a young woman, a young man and young woman sit down after they chose each other in this swipe right, swipe left thing. They sit down. Every last one of them asked, what are you looking for? So I can mirror that for you. I can give you what you're looking for. I can help you fulfill the fantasy. While I'm in real life, I ain't shit. But let me hook you, my love, into this fantastical world of lies, deception, illusion. All of you, all of us have been sold this. And that's why when you have a person like me who's like, hey, bitch, we about to break this fantasy up, all this fantastical, delusional bullshit. That's why I met with what I met with from men, because they're like, bitch, what the fuck are you doing? That's part of the grift. Us mirroring what you need in your fantasy. That's what I said. Risa Tisa and that nigga was living, and he's a pathological liar. So you lie to yourself and I can lie to you, bitch. That's a wonderful world. And I say to myself, what a wonderful world. I'm a pathological liar. You live in a fantasy. I can give you that fantasy, my love. And we can ride from house to house with no intentions of purchasing a house. None of the documents were real. We are in a fantasy, my love. We are in a fantasy. And then when I come through, like, yo, let's break this shit up. Y'all mad at me, clawing at me. No, we all deserve a man. We all deserve. You know that in real life, if we really want to keep it real, some of us are down here are not supposed to be in a relationship at all, ever, never, 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 never. But what do? You fall into your social programming. You fall into your social engineering. That's why they get mad. Your little programming. You don't even see it. You don't even understand it. That's the shit that is crazy to me, is that y'all don't see it. Y'all are literally, your eyes are wound up. The low self-esteem. Doesn't matter what you look like. That's by design. Cosmetic enhancements, trying to be beautiful. Be beautiful for who, sis? So you can become more desirable. You know how many people suffer from body dysmorphia? They are fat and they see themselves as bigger than they are, or skinny women who see themselves as fat, see themselves bigger than they are. That is all by design in an effort to get you into situations where you can be exploited and extracted from and harmed. That's real, y'all. And it's not because, oh, I've had one or two bad experiences with men. This is not about this, a singular or a situation that may have happened one or two or three or four times. All of these other women exist outside of me. It's not me. I don't have these ideas because of my experience. I'm watching people. I'm watching women being done like horribly. And then after being done horribly, brush themselves off after a month and decide, I'm going back out there. I'm getting back in the dating. What are you doing? What are you doing? Every single young man that sat down with them girls, as soon as they sat down, what are you looking for in a guy? I want to give you what you want. I can give you what you want. But in the meantime, I'm also extracting from you. And then I'm going to hook you. After the fantasy comes the reality. Now you got on an apron, a tool belt, a stethoscope, a motherfucking fucking gag ball in your goddamn mouth. Now you done turned into Cinderella has turned into the maid, the mule, and the mattress. To the point where you even worship him in a way. Y'all don't see it? Y'all don't see it? No, for real, y'all don't see it? And then I have to remember there are some women like in Don't Worry, Darling, they want to be in the illusion. They want to live their entire life in an illusion. And then what happens when you start to age? Because reality is still happening while you're in your illusion. Reality is still happening. And a part of that whole illusion is that you remain young, but that's not going to happen. And what has he been also programmed and engineered to do? I'm going after the young. I'm going after the younger version of you. And now you done spent 13 years in this illusion, and some younger girl comes in and breaks it up. And now you homeless down to the state office looking for assistance. But anyways, I gotta go. I'm just saying, Charlamagne, your apology at the end of the day was not a real apology. You doubled down and then you victim blamed. You're blaming the victim. From the beginning, it was a victim blaming. You were done that way because you're fat. Okay, well then how does that explain how Gia was done? I don't even know Charlamagne's wife's name. That's how raggedy of a husband he is. I don't even know that lady's name. Jess, what are your reasons, right? So it's not that she's fat, she was done wrong, and you didn't say outright, and that's another thing that niggas love to do. You didn't say outright. When I say niggas, I'm talking about men and women, okay? What niggas love to do is say it and then say, that's not what I said, as if what you said didn't imply that you were mistreated because you were fat. He did say, oh, there's love out there for you. But that's also a lie, because there might not be love out there for her. She might not be a woman who, when her soul dropped into that body, was a person who was here to be coupled with somebody. Maybe that's not even your fucking mission, and you're running around here with your eyes wound up, trying to fulfill some fantasy you yourself don't even fucking desire. Because when you really sit down for a second, if you weren't running around the fucking tundra looking for a nigga to take care of you with your fully able-bodied, mature brain, if you set your ass down for a second you would realize all of this shit. I don't even really want to do this. This is something I have been since a baby trained to do. Then you get mad at me when I want to unwind your damn eyes. Or the other women who are down here trying to unwind your eyes. And then even with that, you get all the white women y'all want to mimic their lives because their men took care of them. That's a lie. And they will tell you that's a lie. But there are some of them who will feed the lie. They have to maintain the lie, maintain the mask. There's some of them who are okay with it, even if it does harm them. And they'll even try to get you hooked into it, knowing that, girl, in here is hell, but come on in. But it's hell in here, girl. Don't you want it? Don't you want it? Don't you, don't you, don't you? And all over the globe, girls are being engineered to desire to be coupled with a person for the rest of their life, and that person extract from them. But then also when that person does wrong, you overlook that because that's just who they are. It is a fucking scam and a lie. Even the lie that y'all desire this quote unquote love from a male human, that's also a lie. Male and female come together to procreate. That's it. All this other extra shit they got y'all trying to do is not working. Clearly, 8 years. It's not working. Relationship after relationship after relationship. Even if you make it to him proposing. And then you get the people like me like, hey, y'all, this is not, it's harming women. It's harming y'all. Y'all want and desire this so much to the point it's like grabbing onto a rose as you bleed to death, just blood dripping down, and you're just, oh, this rose is so beautiful. I love this rose so much. I desire this so much. And you bleeding to death, sis. You bleeding to death. I'm just here to unwind your eyes. That's all. But I'm also here to keep people accountable and say, hey, nigga, you were really trying to say that she got this treatment because of how she looked. When the truth is, it's not how she looked. It's how you niggas are conditioned and engineered to treat women. And to look for, on top of that, he's a pathological liar. On top of that, his character is of a person who is seeking vulnerable people, a wolf seeking vulnerable people. So on top of your programming, you have that personality type, a user, an extractor, a person who wants to get over on people the fastest way he can. Doesn't matter if it's a woman, doesn't matter if it's you at a fucking car dealership. It doesn't matter. That's just that person's personality. And then to be a pathological liar on top of that, when you niggas, the patriarchy is a fantastical world of delusion already. So you live in a fantastical world of delusion and you a pathological liar. So who do I need to find? I need to find somebody else who's residing in this fantastical delusion, who wants to go on Mr. Toad's wild ride and look at 16, 17 damn fucking houses. She was sitting in that passenger seat and she knew good and goddamn well them damn documents weren't real. She knew it. In the pit of her soul, she knew it. But she was in the fantasy. You got a pathological liar in the Patrix? Girl, he gonna give you everything you want. He can give you what you want, honey. He can give you what you want. And that's why on the first date, don't you tell none of these motherfuckers what you're looking for in a man. If you still foolish enough with your staff and rod to be trekking the tundra, dying of thirst with your canteen full of champagne, looking for a nigga to take care of you while you still out there, when you sit down and the first thing that motherfucker asks you is, what are you looking for in a partner? And you rattle off all these things, and all he's doing is like taking note. Okay, that's what she wants. That's what she wants. I'm gonna give her what she wants. And then once I give her what she wants and hook her in here, the fantasy, I'm gonna twist this shit up, and now I got her working for me, nigga. I got her working for me. I got her working for me. And she takes pride in it. She even calls me her child, nigga. She even calls me, when she's talking to her friends, she even says I'm her child. She calls me her child. She includes me in her. And on top of that, let me tell you how good it is. I'm treated like a child, but when she goes out into her community, she tells everybody I'm the motherfucking leader, nigga. I'm the leader and the motherfucking head of household. Playing in your face. Playing in your face. And you falling for it. Let's talk about that. That's the real reason. Let's talk about how these niggas wrap all y'all up in this fantastical world of lies and deception. And y'all just be like, with your little basket and your little fucking hood, just traipsing right on in there, ignoring all the fucking red flags. Just all the red flags, you just following back all the red flags. You just skipping on past them. She's not the only one, and you don't have to be fat. That's the point. You don't have to be fat. Shout out to Cristina Mackey. Anyways, y'all, I gotta go. Charlamagne, your apology was bullshit. It was trash. It was garbage. You just a gaslighting, lying ass, deceptive ass nigga. That's all you are. Posing as a mental health advocate, sending everybody healing energy. If Charlotte, whatever you sending out to people, you getting back, sweetheart. Tenfold. Motherfucker. That patronizing, oh, I'm sending healing energy. That sounds like BigBack behavior. No, let's talk to the fact that this woman got online and shared her story. Oh, don't share your stories if you don't want nobody to talk shit about you. But you know what that does as well? Keep it all in the household. Hide your dirty laundry. Don't tell the world that you've been mistreated. That's what they want. And once you tell the world you've been mistreated, what do? Blame you for the mistreatment. Girl, it's all by design. It's all by design. And then you folks, I didn't even get on the tentacle, the transphobic shit with Jess. I don't even want to go there because, like I said, that bitch is washed. She's xenophobic, misogynistic, transphobic, homophobic, fatphobic. She's washed. You understand me? Out of here. Done. Cooked, as the kids say. That bitch is cooked. You on a plane with a Sikh man with a turban saying you don't want to get on the plane because you think he's Muslim and so you don't want to be on the plane. You also the fucking bitch that got down here and said it was okay for Erica Mena, that racist cocksucker, to call Spice a monkey. You the same bitch. Yeah, we ain't forgot ho. And just to add on that, you transphobic. You cooked. Just Hilarious is whack as fuck. Trash. Basura. And I'm going to leave you with that. And as always, protect your energy and take care of each other for real. Don't get on the fucking platform that you have with iHeart Radio and all that other shit and tell some woman that she's been mistreated because she was fat, when in actuality, she was just came in contact with a motherfucking man. Peace.